we've had in a while on Thursday morning at 53. And then we'll be looking at afternoon high temperatures rebounding a little bit back into the 80s. Hey guys, I'm excited because we're going to be doing an app cast after the show.
Oh,
what is
cool.
an app cast?
Yes.
It's a forecast on the KSAT Weather Authority app. We're live streaming. So right after the show, bring up your KSAT Weather Authority app. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be walking you through when the front arrives, how much temperatures will drop. We're going to go into neighborhood views too.
Wow.
So not just, San Antonio. It's going to be all across the area. So make sure to tune into that. We're going to be streaming on KSAT.com and YouTube as well. So check us out.
Thanks for joining.
Prompt or keep it on program?
I just want to see myself, Ian. Yeah, if you're joining us, thank you so much. If you're joining us on the Appcast right now, this is a little bit more of a laid back kind of thing where we just get to hang out and I get to tell you about the weather. Right now, I'm going to let everybody know who's maybe not just watched us on KSAT that I am going to be on the app. So if you'll give me a second, I will be here in just a few moments. Alrighty, if you're just joining us, I'm KSAT Meteorologist Sarah Spivey. We're going to begin a live stream here shortly where we're talking all about the cool front and what you can expect around San Antonio. We're so excited for this cooler weather. I don't know if y'all are, but I am really excited, especially because it has been an extremely hot start to October. It feels like August, October out there. Okay, cool. So let's start. So here's just a broad picture, okay, for San Antonio. This is what I'm talking about. This is a welcome change to our forecast. 97 today for the high, but starting tomorrow, our highs are going to be in the 70s for the first time in a while, for the first time since May, and then even cooler when we look at the mornings. So we're going to look at the mornings here in a bit, but 75 tomorrow for the high temperature in San Antonio. And then on Thursday, I'm thinking we're going to struggle to get out of the 70s as well. So another day where the high could potentially be in the 70s on Thursday too. So as you can see, this is not necessarily sweater weather. Like you won't need to bust out the sweaters that you've been waiting to wear, but it is going to be much more fall-like and in fact cooler than average. The average high this time of year is 83 degrees, and so we're going to be finally cooler than average. Meanwhile, again, take a look at that. We're going from 14 degrees above average to about 5 to 10 degrees below average. That is a welcome change. So where is that front right now? Can you spot it? I think it's pretty easy to spot. You don't need to be a meteorologist to draw a line of where this front is. So it's 90 right now in San Antonio, but this is where the front is. It's working its way close to the Red River. It'll be in Texas soon. Temperatures behind this front are still in the 40s in Chicago. It's 48 degrees in Chicago, 54 in Omaha. It's in the low 50s up in Pierre. So this is the kind of colder air we're expected to see. Some neighborhoods will be in the 40s by Thursday morning. We're not going to be looking at highs in the 40s as I just showed you, but some neighborhoods will be looking at temperatures in the 40s, especially in the hill country and by Thursday morning. So when is this front going to hit? Well, let me walk you through it, okay? The high temperature today, though, is going to be record challenging, all right? We'll be at 97 in San Antonio, 99 in New Braunfels. We could have triple digits this late. We have never seen 100 degrees in October in San Antonio, and it is possible for some folks. Records, by the way, go back to 1885, so long time. You can see that our record high temperature of record forecast is 97. The record high is 95 for the day. That's a 62-year-old record. So the kind of heat we're dealing with is rare for this time of year. Here's when that front will hit, all right? The high temperatures today forecast to be 97, as I mentioned, in San Antonio, but look at that. There's that colder air. That front will be here by 2 o'clock in the morning across the hill country. That's when it's going to be starting to move through. So you will not feel the front tonight, but you will feel the front tomorrow. 2 in the morning, hopefully you're sleeping. My schedule wakes me up at 2 o'clock in the morning, but hopefully you're enjoying some rest by the time that front hits. But by the morning commute tomorrow, I'm going to walk you through the futurecast temperatures here. By the morning commute tomorrow, we're talking 8:30, 8:45. You can see that temperatures are going to be falling into the 50s for some places. You might want that light sweater in the morning because even though we're technically not going to have a wind chill value, it will be chilly outside with the winds gusting from the north. So this is 8:45 tomorrow morning. Your kids are getting ready. If they're at the bus stop before this, they might want a very light sweater early in the morning, and they'll have to deal with those winds. By the afternoon tomorrow, our highs are going to be much more pleasant. In San Antonio, the high will be 75. Hill country, 71 in Kerrville, even some areas struggling to get out of the 60s in parts of the hill country like in Fredericksburg. 78 in Uvalde. I do think we're going to reach 80 degrees for folks like out in Del Rio and in Eagle Pass, but again, those folks are going to be pushing 100 this afternoon, so a 20-degree temperature drop is noticeable, even though it's still going to be just a little bit warm out there, and it is going to be totally sunny as well. No rain with this front. Let's move on and talk about the winds. All right, that front will be moving through, again, 2 a.m. tomorrow. So by the morning commute, we're going to have stout northeasterly winds gusting at 29, 30, 35 miles per hour in the morning hours, in the mid-morning hours. For that morning commute, because these winds are going to be coming in from the north, if you're traveling on east-west roads early tomorrow morning and you're next to high-profile vehicles, I would just be careful because you could definitely probably feel those gusty winds if you're traveling on east-to-west roads. But a few gusts of up to 30 miles, 35 miles per hour possible with that front. This is the time of year, too, where cool fronts can kick up your allergies, so please be aware of that. If you're planning, if you haven't been taking your allergy medicine, but you want to plan ahead, tomorrow is going to be a day where those allergies could really start to pick up. By the evening, now this is important, by the evening, it's still going to be breezy, but those gusts could end up really starting to calm down. And so when you have calmer winds, clear skies, dry air, as we're going to have, you can see temperatures really drop. I was talking about the pollen count earlier and how we could see some allergens tick up. I think that's entirely possible, especially when you consider that we're still in ragweed season. I'm just going to take a sip of water here. Again, it's more laid back of a forecast compared to what you see on TV because we're right here on your phone. But as I mentioned, again, that wind could end up kicking up some pollen. Today, the pollen is fine. We've got molds that are low. It would mainly be ragweed, pigweed, and perhaps a tree pollen as well that kicks up because of the winds, but we will keep you posted. Of course, we have the pollen count on the weather app every single day. Let's go ahead and take a look at morning lows. This is the part that a lot of people are interested in. How cold is this front going to make it be outside? We're really going to feel the coolest of the weather by Thursday morning. So the front moves through tomorrow morning, but by Thursday morning is when you're really going to notice the cooler air. 53 in San Antonio for the morning low. That would be the coolest we've been since April in San Antonio. I don't know if you could tell that I'm excited. I'm expecting a little baby, and the heat has been crazy for me, so I'm so excited for the cooler weather. 47 in Kerrville, 47 in Rock Springs, Del Rio, Eagle Pass in the mid to upper 50s, even in New Braunfels and Austin in the upper 40s as well. 47 in Gonzales. Let's go ahead and zoom into some neighborhood views, okay? So in Boerne on Thursday morning, the morning low will be 48. You get up into those higher elevations outside of the city center. You're up a little bit in the atmosphere where it's a little bit cooler. You're away from the urban heat island. It can be pretty cool. Temperatures may even be cooler than this. We're not expecting a freeze or anything like that. You won't need to worry about your pipes or anything. Of course, your pets, you might want them to stay warm. Bring them inside. Why not? Otherwise, you know, it's going to be a chilly morning. Tarpley 48, Lost Maples 48. The trees have not yet changed up in Lost Maples. We'll keep you posted about that. But this is going to be feeling more like fall. 50 in Seguin, 50 in Floresville. You can see that outside of the city center of San Antonio, those temperatures will be a few degrees cooler. 53 in Uvalde, 50 in Hondo, and 52 in Divine. So that's Thursday morning right here. And again, we will be warmer on Thursday afternoon than tomorrow, closer to 80 degrees. This is that time of year, folks, where I think you'll want the jacket on Thursday morning, at least I will, but by the afternoon you will not need it. This is the time of year where we dress in layers around San Antonio because we got those chilly mornings and those warm afternoons. You can clearly see that temperatures are going to be moderating back into the 80s, but I think it's going to be hard for us to get to 90 degrees. By the way, we are live streaming on YouTube, so I'm just going to take a moment here. It's just me in the studio. I'm just going to take a moment here to look at YouTube and see if we got any questions coming in. Let's check it out. Just sending you a little bit of a break here. Okay, one comment. Let's see if it's a nice comment. No, it is not a nice comment. If you have any questions about the forecast or what it's going to be like, let us know on YouTube. We've got a few people watching on YouTube. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. You can join us and ask your questions, and we'd really appreciate that. Until then, as you can see, again, we are going to be enjoying a cool down, which I am really excited about. Now, a lot of people asking, what about rain? Unfortunately, rain is just not in the cards. And let me tell you, it has been a while since we have seen measurable rainfall in San Antonio, over 30 plus days. This colder air will be bringing some snow to parts of the Rockies with an upper level low. But here in San Antonio, this upper level low is going to be too far to our north to produce healthy rains Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That upper level low is going to position itself right around the Four Corners region. Just to give you some perspective, if we wanted rain, we would need this upper level low to be down here in northern Mexico. So as you can see, it's a long way away. So instead, what we could see is maybe a couple of streamer showers in the morning, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it's not going to be important rain. It's not going to help us out with the drought. And speaking of that, again, 10% on Friday, 20% on Saturday, 10% on Sunday. So we're going to have to wait for our next event to hopefully bring us some good rain. This is just not going to cut it. Here's a look at the drought conditions around San Antonio. Again, we've got severe drought in the Alamo City and in Bexar County for most of Bexar County. We've got extreme drought right here of 4 on a scale of 1 to 5, right around Medina, Bandera, Medina Lake, Comfort. If you have been out to Medina Lake anytime soon, you know it's pretty much a puddle. It's only 2 to 3% full. We've even got moderate drought extending out to Del Rio. It has been so long since we have been drought free in Bexar County. How long has it been? This stat, when I was looking it up, kind of shocked me. It's been over 1,000 days since all of Bexar County was last considered drought free. That's early January 2022. So more than 2 years, almost 3 years since we have been completely drought free in Bexar County. We need more rain and we're just not going to get it. So I'm putting everything in for you here in the 7-day forecast just so you can understand. Again, we've got mornings that are coming down to the 60s tomorrow morning. You'll feel that cooler air. 50s by Thursday morning, 58 on Friday morning, and we'll be near 80 degrees for the remainder of the forecast. It's very rare for us to see temperatures in the 90s this late in the season. So it is nice to see this welcome change. I'm going to go back onto YouTube and see if there's a comment or two or question or two if you want to join us on there and ask these questions. It can be about the weather. Let's see. No questions yet. That's okay. Let's see. All right. We are live. No major questions yet. That's okay. Okay, cool. So I want to go back to this graphic where I show what the morning lows are going to be in San Antonio. And we can do something like this. Let's see. Sometimes I can go in and I can query certain areas and temperatures. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. All right. Yep, there you go. What neighborhood is that? That's like Gray Forest area, right? No, Gray Forest is over here. That's like north of Camp Bullis. So you can see that temperatures are going to be pretty chilly up in the higher elevations. In fact, let's get rid of this. Let's turn on the other thing, the automated places. There we go. All right, that looks great. Yep, Scenic Oaks, 46, 48 degrees out near Gray Forest. Some of our cooler temperatures in the hill country. Let's see, Bernie, what are you querying at for? Yep, 44, Sisterdale, 45 in Bernie, 46 in Canyon Lake. That's pretty chilly. But notice how much warmer in San Antonio. Just 5 to 10 degrees warmer in San Antonio just because of the urban heat island effect. Which there's a lot of confusion about the urban heat island effect. It has nothing to do with our rainfall. It's just that concrete holds heat more easily. And so it allows for temperatures to be warmer around San Antonio than it does out in the hill country. And of course, you're dealing with higher elevations too up there. In Medina, 46. This is that time of year where it's nice to escape out to the hill country and enjoy the little bit of cooler fall air. Vernia, 49. Even out near Gonzales, it'll be nice and chilly. What about across the state of Texas? Let's take a look at that. Okay, what's it going to be like across the state of Texas? I've got friends and family in the Houston area and in the Dallas area. Nobody's going to be dealing with a freeze in Texas, so no worries for that. But near 40s, even in the mid 30s out near Tyler and Texarkana, there will be likely a freeze across a part of the nation, especially up in areas in the northeast. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these. Yeah, Chicago likely to see its first freeze of the season. Boston likely to see its first freeze of the season. Richmond, Virginia, even St. Louis and Indianapolis. Fun story, Minneapolis, okay, 38, so not necessarily freeze there. For the longest time, I thought Minneapolis was Minneapolis. I added an extra syllable in there. Adam Caskey will like that. He's from Minnesota. Yeah, so again, we're expecting some of the coldest air of the season. It's not necessarily going to be super cold in San Antonio, Texas, but it is going to be much more pleasant outside for us. So get those pumpkin spice lattes ready. Get those pumpkin spice candles ready. We're going to be experiencing much better weather around San Antonio after today's record of 97. That is just insane. All right, so this has been an Appcast. We're just testing things out, making sure we can come to you live on the app. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you are going to be home later tonight, turn on the news at 5 or the news at 6, because Adam may have some updated forecast numbers for you, depending on how fast this front is moving, how potent this front is. Check in with him. We'll be with you throughout all of the fall, winter season. Sooner or later, we're going to have our first freeze, and we'll let you know when that happens. It usually happens in November at some point, so we'll keep you posted. Thanks, y'all, for watching. Appreciate everybody checking in with us.